Hello, and good evening. So, time to continue this run proper. Continue on from this save state here. So, you may notice this is a few maps in. Basically, this is the earliest point where you can actually get ferry units. So I just went ahead and skipped to here. Basically, what you missed, you got Castle Warren over here. You already saw that one. Sharam already saw that one. Sharam District. And Lake Janaya. So Janaya is basically like this werewolf guy in a castle that just acts all douchey. It's like, no, no, no. You should totally come back at night. I'm not feeling so great right now. And then you come back at night and he's a freaking werewolf and he basically just kicks your rear end. But that's why you go visit him during the day and then he calls you a bully and then you just murder him in the face. Guy's kind of a dick. You find out from the locals he was just going and dumping bodies in a river. Maybe not the nicest guy. Maybe it's okay to pick on him. I think it's okay to pick on him. Also, let's go ahead and turn this volume up just a little tad here. There we go. That's better. So, Sharam District, that's where you get Canopus. You basically have to go do this whole thing where you go to like 5 or 6 different destinations, and then you go and, yeah, I already described that last time. It's a whole pain in the neck to get them, but you get them. And unlike what's it? Well, any other time where he shows up, he's actually not terribly OP in this one. At least, not yet. So, he's just right here. He's actually a lower level than his, little fairy friends here. But yeah, so these are the fairies. They suck, as you can see. They basically just slap twice in the front, or they give a little buff in the back row. They're completely not meant for fighting whatsoever. Their intended role is like you have one of them, and they're giving buffs for a while until they, I think it's like level 20 that they turn into their final form, and then they get a huge AoE ability. It's kind of like all the games. They're basically the little Magikarp unit. That you've got, that they're basically going to be utter garbage up until they get their super move, and then suddenly they just can use that to completely wipe the floor with stuff. Although these guys, as you may be able to tell right here, might be doing that a little bit earlier. So I picked up some random crap along the way, including the frickin' Ogre Blade. That's 2 runs in a row now where I've gotten the Ogre Blade. Best part, this thing was in a frickin' church. Showed up to a random temple. They're like, yeah, no, we have this super evil demonic sword laying around. You want it? So, yeah, that was cool. We got the power shield on Eliza here. That's basically just a pretty standard defense item. A pretty good one. So that'll... usually your mid-unit is the one that ends up taking a lot of punishment, so I put it on them. Got the Peridot sword, which is also really good for Lana here, so these two should hopefully be able to do some damage. Sylphie here doesn't have anything, and then Steve has the Death Armor, which I believe is the equivalent of the Ogre Armor or something like that. It gave him a ton of armor, but whatever. I have Andy over here. Wait, no, it wasn't Andy. It was, what's his face? Rick, I think. Yeah, I think Rick was the one I was going for. So I need somebody with low alignment and high charisma. That's, actually, no, this guy's charisma will be a little bit better. So once this guy hits 60 charisma, basically, I have 2 of them just to see which way it goes. It's either this guy's alignment drops enough to turn him into a mage, or this guy's charisma goes up fast enough to turn him into a mage. Basically, whichever hits it first is getting turned into a lich, because where's my item menu? It's over here. So I can't turn them into them now, but I got 2 items. Actually, I picked up this undead ring last time during the little intro video. And you basically need a staff and you need an undead ring. And I figured, okay, whatever. If a staff happens down the road, cool, we get a lich. Next frickin' map, got the staff. So basically, the wizard turns into a mage. Mage can turn into a sorcerer. Sorcerer can turn into a lich. And they're a back row nuker. So I figure since all of these parties are required... Oh, wait, crap, I forgot to turn off the cursor. No! Video ruined. Okay. So, point being, whichever one of these magical a-holes turns into a guy first, they're the one that gets it. Warren also, I guess, is in the running, but he's far less likely to do it. So let's see how that goes. Odds are they'll end up getting their alignment up pretty quick. Rick here Yeah, unfortunately, his alignment is probably going to go up for a little while, up until it just suddenly drops. So, I might rely on cards, might rely on items. We'll see how that goes. Either way, each of these units, I think I explained last time, but each of them are required to have a leader. So there's no way to do a just ferry run. If you try to make a ferry a leader, they basically just say, you know, you can't be a leader. They're just kind of racist against ferries like that. Like here. If I go to this thing, change leader. Like, no other characters can become a unit leader. No other characters can become a unit leader, so, yeah. So, I'm required to have at least one leader unit per party. Sorry that I keep exiting out of here, I'm just kind of used to mashing circle. Any dang ways. So, recruiting these guys is a pain in the parts. Like, easily second most annoying setup I've done in a little while. But anyway, I've got several almost full parties, and here's kind of the plan, right? So we got Steve's unit over here. They're going to be doing the bulk of the fighting. So we're going to have Steve and probably either Rick or Andy. These are the three main fighter ones, while the other ones here, they're strictly going to be going for liberations. The whole reason for this, if you have a unit with good alignment, essentially good alignment and a low level, when they liberate a city, they'll be seen as heroic, so your reputation goes up. If you have a really good fighting party that's going around and just decimating stuff and liberates a city, they're like, oh crap, a tyrant just took over. Which makes sense, you know, it's a cool system. But yeah, so these guys are just going to be in the field all the time. Whereas these ones are just going to fly around, take over free cities, and probably just run right out, since, as far as I recall, there really wasn't a whole lot of problem. You just basically got a free card every time you took it back. You had your monthly income issues, but whatever. So, without any more yammering on like an idiot, let's go on. So we got Slums of Zenobia. Unfortunately, I don't think we're going to be recruiting Tristan. Actually, maybe we can get Tristan. I don't remember exactly how that's done, but let's go for the forest. Actually, no, before I do that, let me show you, if you want to get a crap ton of these guys yourself, let me show you how to... Okay, so here's the deal. Basically, these guys, you just move them up here, right? You just keep only your leader unit around, and the way that neutral encounters work, every time that you're traveling over a tile of a certain type, there's a small chance that you'll basically encounter them like frickin' Pokemon. So you basically have them run back and forth on these little forest tiles here. And this is handy just because of, if you're going for the ones on the sides, you end up moving your cursor up and down a little bit because of the angle that you look at the map from. But if you go to the one here, you can actually move in a straight line. All this counts is just moving back and forth. As far as I can tell, whether they go for a squiggle or whether they go for the straight line, you're still counting as being in those tiles. And just bear in mind, the longer you stay here, the more your reputation goes down. So you don't want to spend more than, you know, like a day or two. Either way, that's why the reputation meter went down by like a third since last time, because I just sat here going back and forth over and over and over. And as you can see, it takes a minute. I think this is on fast forward. Just keep doing this until you hear, you know, oh, you've been attacked by a neutral unit. A little bit annoying. Not gonna lie. I was told there was a disturbing lack of fairies in the last one, yeah. There was also a disturbing lack of fairies for quite a while doing this. So I'm just gonna load back into that save, by the way. Because, like I said, this lowers your reputation for every day that you spend doing this. There we go. You lose money, you lose reputation, etc. So you need... your reputation and your alignment is what decides your ending, I believe. There's a few endings, I don't really know the specifics. Truth be told, it seems like I've been cursed with runs of this game, that every time I start it, something happened, like whether the friggin' device that it was on straight up died, or... you know, one thing or another. And then it was always that same thing, like, I don't feel like doing another run, I was really far into that. Anyhow, I think you've seen the thing for you've been attacked by a neutral unit before. I just kind of wanted to show that they're here, but it takes a very long time. You actually can get pumpkin heads here too, but I don't know. Less than stellar, I gotta say. It seems like their main thing is just a pumpkin attack that reduces half of something's health, but they're absolutely worthless otherwise. They had this for like 2 hours yesterday. That's how I got all those units. I don't know if you can actually get them at a store somewhere. I think you can only get them as neutral encounters, because, yeah, so there we go. 2 in-game days already of just running around in a friggin' forest. Tantalizing gameplay. Now, I say there was the second most annoying setup. So, you know, this definitely wasn't the 6 months it took to do the pit level 100 run. Which is hilarious. Because I spent friggin' like 6 months going and like doing setup for that run. If you're unfamiliar with it, the Pit is this roguelike game. It's like kind of sci-fi roguelike type thing. And you, well, you typically need to have a whole bunch of skills up there. You're constantly working on different skills for your character. You're constantly trying to find food to not die. You're trying to constantly keep your equipment repaired. And you're basically going through this like 40-floor dungeon kind of thing. And, and pretty much every step of the way there's all kinds of weird monstrosities and stuff, and they break your equipment, and they give you all kinds of diseases and crap. Anyway, there's one character that's completely unfit for that thing, and I think I mentioned him before, because I've gone and named him in a few runs. But that was Rapari, the warrior class, which you'd think, you know, when fighting through hundreds, if not thousands of things, you'd think that guy would be useful, but they're basically a guy with, well, nothing going for them. They're like, oh, you have this long survival scenario. This guy eats 3 times as fast as everybody else. He can't equip a whole lot of armors. He can't equip a lot of the best weapons. Like, he basically has skills that are utter trash. The point where you need to, like, lockpick open doors and repair stuff all the time, and his odds of doing that are, like, 10 to 15%. So, yeah, less than stellar. Also, speaking of less than stellar, what is taking so long? Yeah, like I said, this takes a while. Actually, one time I got really lucky and I wound up getting like 2 of them in one run and then turn around and then there's a third one. You get those 2. I'm just gonna stop and say go do it yourself in a second here. Because this is painful. 3 endgame days now with nothing. But yeah, so end up going and doing that thing for like 6 months, like I said. So going and you could use other characters to dump off items into a box, which you transferred into the lower level in order to make a certain run easier. But basically you gimped yourself because they weren't able to use all the points that they got, meaning that in the long term, you would have to spend a whole lot of time doing that in order for it to actually break positive. The idea was pretty much just you start off with better items, but a worse character. And he was already the worst, so it was something. So, a guy was kind enough to provide me with the numbers, and went ahead and got exactly that amount that I needed. Got him up to what should have been the max level. I don't know why they didn't cap it out at any point. But yeah, all that effort, and was all excited about it. First floor, ended up getting one of the best armors in the game on complete fluke. And yeah, immediately, like 2 dislikes on it. Like, really? After all that effort? That sucked. Alright, screw this. You know what? It's there. Just go back and forth a billion times and... whatever. We're gonna go here. I'm not doing that any friggin' more. So I like to think that they copied the intro screens from this for Fire Emblem on the GBA. As they should have done. Oh, a quick thing I want to show real quick, by the way. I was asked last time what I meant by the music turning off in the PS1 version. So, here, let me mute this for a sec. I don't know if you can hear this. But okay. So I have the same thing up on the PSP here now. Okay, so loading up pretty much the exact same map I was just on. Right, so it comes up with that, right? So it's got the music going. You hit start, and it just goes silent. And you end up doing that all the time. Like, your friggin' pause menu is going to be going on constantly. So yeah, really annoying, because it just shuts the music off. Also, dang it, this thing won't turn off. Turn off PSP. God, this thing's so jank, it takes like 6 attempts to turn it on or off. It's ridiculous. Alright, so. Need to get to that boss. What do we do here? Town. More stuff. You need to get over there. Town, probably another town over here. Got that there. You're probably just going to go for a beeline for the castle and fight everything else along the way. Okay. So Steve's unit is going to go here. I definitely don't want to be liberating a temple with him. So we're going to have Lands go and... Yep. Going to have you deploy into here. Let's see. Let's have Canopus. Yes. Alright, you take probably this one so you can get there ahead of everyone else. Let's have Andy also, Well, let's have him go here to help defend, because that one's probably going to get attacked. Now we're going to have Warren run down over here. Yeah, there we are. Nope, not exactly where I meant to set him, but close enough. Alright. And then Rick, also assisting in the front lines, so why don't you go here? Alright, let's go. Want to get to town as soon as possible to get a whole bunch of healing items, since there's going to be a lot of healing needed. Alright. Rick and Steve are done. Oh. Backed by a neutral. Why don't you go ahead and join us? Okay, we got a skeleton. Yeah, this ain't gonna happen. Wait, really? It's like, ooh, look, fairies. Skeleton, best friend now. Nice. Got a rando skeleton. Got a temple, which we hopefully won't need. Yeah, that give me a card. Justice. I don't know, every time I see the Justice card, it reminds me of this, you've seen there's this, I guess technically a comic writer, called, Hayam Daisy that, oh, let's see. We're finding place. Can't bear to speak any further. Well, they're probably talking about the skeletons. Okay. Let's go ahead and send you out to the next town. And hopefully, well, actually, no, there's a lot of temples around here. Alright, well. Gonna deal with that. There's a lot of freaking temples. Alright, so, point being, there's this guy called Hayam Daisy that did this parody of pretty much all the Metal Gear games. And then they made a, somebody else came and made a movie out of it. Or out of all of them. There's this one about portable ops. It's like, they're talking about Gene from that one. Like, oh no, he's a great dude that loves justice. And then, like, he's just basically convincing a bunch of people to get crushed by a bunch of construction equipment. Alright, Rick finished, that's fine. Alright. Now let's see where Warren's at. I might speed forward through some of the map skips here. Just because it takes a second, and you know, you can make it go a little bit faster. But you're gonna go there. Actually, wait a second. Where's your... I just want to look real quick. What is your alignment? You're 0. 50, 50... These probably are all going to be 50. Yeah, they're all 50s. Okay, so we definitely don't want Andy taking towns, right? What is yours? Yeah, your alignment is okay. And yours should be really good, right? Yeah. So, actually, yeah, wizardlings are gonna go over here instead. So only Canopus and Lands are gonna be taking cities. Fair enough. That's exactly the thing I was talking about already doing anyway, but hey, I forget stuff all the time. Liberated the free city. I just find that hilarious, but whatever. Pull a city, or pull a card. Yep. I don't know if refusing the... Oh, that was the other thing. Another thing that I was noticing was different between the two versions. Oh, let's see. Skeletons and ghosts. Put to rest with a healing one magic. So your tactics to anything besides strong. Clerics and others will then attack the undead. Okay, cool. Alright, fair enough. Well, I know that fairies get white stuff. Wow, phrasing. I know that fairies count as having white magic for their level 20 version, so we'll deal with that as we deal. Oh. What are you chuckles doing? Have you not heard of Steve? Alright, so these two are going to go completely demolish these guys, hopefully. And they're probably going to need a whole bunch of healing items, but whatever. Odds are most of our funds are going to go into healing. We got a crap ton of magicians everywhere. The roving wizard convention. Oh, hi, ghosts. Right. They don't have health. Why don't you go for the leader? Right, these guys won't be able to do anything, but the caster should be able to. Alright, well, I think we're good to retreat here. Unless we want to use a tarot. Priestess, Sun, Temperance. Sun probably won't do any good here. Yeah, I think just run. Okay, well, we got zombos to deal with. Good to know. Why don't you guys go heal up? I think Steve might be able to decapitate him. But yeah, pretty much all the voices in the PS1 one sound like they come from, some sort of arcade cabinet or something. So, by the way, right there, see? They can do okay damage if you give them the right items. And that's before buffs. This crazy demon thing. I guess those are imps or something? They kind of look like imps. They're way bigger than they are in the later games, though. Alright, so their defense is crap awful, though. There's that. So I will say something that was really, 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 really hilarious to do, though. If you... I was going... Oh, well, I guess we're going to go take out the other one, too. When I was doing the setup run and everything, there was... what's it? I had 3 ninjas in the front line, and so they're... I mean, they get upgraded to even crazier stuff later on, but they get 3 attacks per each one. And it was one of them that had the Ogre Blade and Peridot and all that sort of thing, and it was absurd. It was like having a freaking machine gun up front. Priestess... I forget what you do, but you sound like you make ghosts go away. Okay, no, you just heal. Well, you know what, that's fine too. Ghosts! Okay, 39. You know, you guys can retreat now because you're not going to be able to do anything else to him. Okay, so they encountered an enemy. I want you guys, though. I need you moving this way. Hopefully take out their leader. Okay, lands with an enemy. You should be able to handle it, though. Especially with buffs and all that sort of thing. Nope. Nope, he can't. I think it might... Yeah, I think one of them is going to be changed to a cleric unit. There's not really a whole lot they're going to be able to do here. You guys need to run, because all you're going to do is take damage. Although, actually, no, a sun card should be able to deal with that. I think that exercises them. Well, first things first, let's use an item on it. And actually, that item right there, That's one more thing that's... I guess it's the only thing that I can count as a reasonable improvement in the PS1 version so far. Which is just that using items ends up... you can go and use multiple in the same team. So physical +3, +8. I don't know what that's all about, but okay. Right. Are you holding anything? Okay, golden armor was removed. No, he actually needs his golden armor. It's kind of funny. I guess he got his one vision armor early. But I will give this to his front unit. Give that to them. Just so they have something. And these guys have crazy good alignment, so let's go ahead and see what happens if they go and use the sun card. I think that might do it, but I don't know. Another thing, I meant to have Canopus here buy some stuff. Alright, no, you can recruit... I can recruit units, but I don't really need them. Go and take this city. The wizards will hold this one. Oh, I may end up having Warren go back and swap him out for a cleric or something. Probably gonna do that. Alright, Rick's team might get wiped out here. So it's a good a time as any to test that sun card. Actually, their alignment sucks. Maybe I shouldn't have done that. Huh, you know, it worked. We know that it works. You found a HP in the unit. Don't you just love when you found an HP in the unit? Alright, yeah, there's nothing you guys can do. Alright, so they're gonna just run around with impunity. These guys need to go get fixed up, though. So they're heading back there. Yeah, and I think it's time for Warren's unit to head back. I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna take off one of Warren's fairies here and pop it on a cleric unit. Or actually, no, I'm just gonna replace him entirely with a cleric. Basically, fairies and their pet human. Alright, you guys need to keep running. Those guys, you don't really have anything that can beat them. Like I said, the only unit that can never use a sun card... actually, these guys are gonna just completely ignore that. Okay, you know what? Go take that city. Or that temple. The only units that can never use a sun card are gonna be Steve's unit. Because if they do, they will instantly die. Their alignment is that low. They've been fighting for so friggin' long now that, yeah, their alignment is just disgusting. Oh, and they even gave a buff to Steve. I didn't know they could do that. I thought it was just frontliners, but look at that nonsense. Look how hard Steve hits. Yeah. So, Mr. Kevin, you were worried? You were worried about these fairies not doing any damage? Oh, that should have been a son. Boo! What did you do? Reputation went down? Oh. No! Dickery. Okay. Hang on. Buy items. Give me a bunch of heals. Give me like 15 of them. Okay, summons... Yeah, we're gonna probably need other stuff too. Yeah, summons, basically if you... Whenever you're assaulting the last boss, that's when you want to use this and get everybody over there. Revives... Revives just bring a unit back to some semblance of health instead of running back to a temple. It's really more of a convenience thing, because bringing units back is just kind of par for the course in this one. There we go. Because, all things considered, I mean, they all come back to life anyway. There's not really any permadeath here. Whatever, screw it. Just get like 10 of those. Because your actual difficulty comes in not letting them take certain towns. Okay, Mr. Canopus. How would you like to go liberate some cities? I think there's one down here. Or at least that guy's house is down there. So now Steve's gonna hold the best that he can up until we get a cleric. Actually, you are gonna go finish off this unit, which apparently never got the message that they got frickin' rocked a second ago. And I love the AI sometimes, where they just completely don't even think through what they're doing. Like, no, keep charging. I've got, like, 3 people on 2 health. I'm gonna go charge a completely healed up unit. Okay, so, there we go. They're gonna do that, they're gonna do that. And yeah, anytime Steve gets a buff, it's just over. Probably use some of those cures. Yeah, the cures are the ones that do 50, heals are the ones that do 100. Probably should pick up more cures, because these guys' health is going to be abysmal for a while. That's why I went for kind of glass cannon builds for Steve. In fact... yeah, that's cool. That's all well and good, but... a sun card? No. Lucky! Capella? Are they singing in the forest? Okay, stop interrupting me with my button pushes. I want to give an HP to Steve. Well, not to Steve, to one of his frontliners here. Specifically, the one that seems to keep getting targeted as the weakest. This one. Alright, there we go. Now, Canopus is finished moving. Like there was nothing over here. Go check out his temple! It kind of looks like our alignment is slowly going back up, even though we're kind of taking back these cities in the night. I don't know why that always seems to happen that way. Alright, so these guys will do piss all damage against these guys. I just want Steve to get his cast off. There we go. Did a 60. Now they can run away. Alright. And now you can finish that unit. Well, kind of, sort anyway. Finish him off. There you go. Either way, they don't need to take any more damage. Mash square. I was kind of hoping there wouldn't be a need to do all this sort of thing, but whatever. I was not expecting zombies this early. Completely forgot about all this. Alright, please don't kill Rick. He doesn't have Morty here to help him. Okay, this one is easy to crush. Well, I mean... technically speaking, let's just... yeah, no, time for you guys to go. Actually, seems like with a stun I can't even do anything. Yeah. You guys run. Let's Steve handle this. You should just be able to mop this up like nothing. Steve's unit has met and probably already disintegrated the enemy. Fight it out. There was a discussion yesterday over the fact that Fight It Out needs to be a t-shirt. With the Skultopus, as Kevin put it, as the shirt. Nice defense you guys have there. Would be a shame if these guys were crazy overpowered. I mean, yeah, this is gonna jack up their alignment like nothing. And I'm pretty sure having a leader unit with messed up alignment is a surefire way to get a bad ending. But screw it, Steve doesn't care about bad endings. But yeah, that's the Skulltopus over there, and like the weird skull and crossbones. It looks like it's shuffling across the land. Justice. That whole thank you thing just cracks me up every time. So it's funny because one of the cards that was pulled was basically saying now all cards affect everybody on the map. Like, man, that'd be great to have at the very start of one of these maps. Looked like he was casting a spell. Okay, cool. So Mr. Acapella in the forest, I guess we have to run into him as a neutral encounter or something? Alright, these guys have made a big mistake. Plus it's nighttime, so you guys are even, like, more boned than usual. Yes. First off, let me mess with Warren's unit here. Okay, let's go ahead and add a cleric. Okay. Alright, where are you, clerics? Yeah, you know what's funny I just noticed? So they still show as holding a Crozier in this version. Whereas they kind of hold an Ankh sort of thing. Whereas in the PS1 one they actually show as holding, or they actually do have a Crozier. It still says Ankh, come to think of it. Let's look at this other version here. I'm curious if it says that they're holding a cross or something. Alright. 45 attempts at starting... Come on, PSP. You can do it. There we go. God, this thing is so jacked up. Alright, edit units, view status... I mean, I will say it runs smoother. Yeah, cross. It does say that they hold a cross. Alright, turn off. Weird, I have to like pinch the thing and then move the switch into a particular corner. Alright, there we go. Unit will be registered. Then remove Warren. Okay. Or wait. I took apart the entire thing. Oh, whoops, whoops, whoops. Okay, let's do that again. Alright, find a cleric. Seems I only have 2 free at the moment. This one is very slightly better. So you're going to be in the back. Meanwhile, these are going to be in the front. I now forget if Matsuno had anything to do with this one. Because I want to say that he only started in Tactics Ogre. I could be wrong on that. Anyway, let's deploy you against zombies. Donk. Steve's unit has met the enemy! I might just leave Rick's unit sitting there. Actually, I think they're gonna go run through the forest and see if they can find that missing guy. You guys are gonna run over these ones like a friggin' truck. As you do. Steve is a merciless bastard like that. Alright, you're also gonna go out to meet these guys, like, oh, it's friggin' dragons and wizards and crap, bring it. I love this game so much. It's so bizarre. Like, literally all the Lord of the Rings crap you could ever want, and then some. Like, you got werewolves, and zombies, and skeletons, and liches, and dragons, and friggin' giants and crap. all over the place. It's like every fantasy thing you could ever want in a giant war. And they're all just casually around and not wearing pants. As you do. I'm gonna think, but how the hell friggin' long is this going now? 40 minutes? Yeah, it's about time to cut it, I think. Alright, yeah. We'll, save it here. Continue on next time. See you in the next bit.